Good morning. In this video, we are going to discuss about network virtualization in the in the subject software-defined networks for BTech 6M for Women Engineering College Ajmer, and the faculty name is Megha Garg. So let us start with network function virtualization. It is saying that in even today, like in today's environment, when we meet people, earlier we used to meet people physically only, and then we would call it an interaction. But nowadays, let's say we interact with each other via Facebook, Skype, etc. So these are all virtual, but we still call it an interaction. So we are living in a virtual environment. So network virtualization is also something not very new, but things grow very fast when it comes to technology and are slow when it comes to people. So it is saying that so virtualization is our new reality. With the information technology market, VMware is considered as the leader of virtualization technology. It provides virtualization solution to a staggering number of computer systems, including high-end servers, personal computers, mobile devices. Although VMware is a relatively young company entering its 20s in the same year of this writing, the term virtualization was about 50 years ago. And similarly, it is telling me about time sharing, etc. Time sharing. Okay. Time sharing is when multiple programs or processes in the mainframes use each other, that is, offers an equal amount of time to each program through the halting of program execution, saving its states in memory while loading and running another program state. This is the time sharing. In virtual memory, what it is saying is the virtualization technique use auxiliary memory peripherals as an extension of the main memory. This is faster but also shorter and more expensive than the former. Using virtual memory, a computer central processing unit can directly access a virtual memory address unbeknownst of its real location. Okay. Next, it comes about with the virtual machine. This technology was based on emulation. Emulation means something to act. So emulation of mainframe architecture, allowing operating system to run transparently over a software emulated mainframe hardware. So in this architecture, control program controlled the mainframe hardware. So there is a control program that is controlling the mainframe hardware, and this mainframe hardware is dedicating a share of hardware resources to conjure an abstraction where each mainframe user had the perception of accessing an exclusive operating system for their own purposes. So each one thinks that they have their own operating system. Now what is RAID? RAID is a redundant array of independent disks. This is a popular virtualization technology that aggregates data blocks from multiple hard disk drives to achieve storage, high availability, performance, and greater capacity. It provides the illusion of a single virtual hard disk drive. Okay. So these kind of abstractions provide with virtualization, and virtualization is about delivering a large amount of quantity, not real, but delivering a large amount of quantity. Now next is server virtualization. A server can be defined as a computer system which holds an application that receives requests from clients, processes them, accesses other server, and provides the response to client. Most data centers has already transitioned from mainframe to microcomputers in the year 2000. They had securely migrated a large majority to be open, flexible, affordable processing systems. At that time, if a new application was required, it was common to deploy a new server computer to run the software. Such an approach was largely adopted to avoid application performance issues. Hardware resources were sized to support processing peaks that could happen daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly for some applications. As more applications were deployed, operation teams supporting servers realized that these devices were poorly used during off-peak periods. Means the utility is not the same for each day, for each week, for each month. Sometimes they are not used and they are useless, but the cost of buying such devices still exists. So this can affect the capacity planning of the technology area. So what we can do is we can start up with virtualization. So a server which is working at 10% of its capacity still consumes 100% of space, storage, cabling, and network ports. So at this point, VMware has already brought up the concept of this virtual mainframe machine. While it generated great interest to desktop users, the computers achieved a significant breakthrough in 2003. So in a nutshell, the software allowed server applications to run on virtual machines, and it was the hardware consideration. Okay. So when the migration of applications from physical servers to virtual machines, data centers achieved a more efficient use of servers as well as other solutions that supported them, such as facilities, storage, and networking. VMware ESX is a hypervisor which is formally defined as an application that can create virtual hardware including virtual CPU, virtual memory, virtual hard disk drive, virtual network interface controller, virtual peripherals. These virtual emulations are jointly used for the installation of a guest operating system and server applications. Therefore, in the context of modern server virtualization solution, a virtual machine is defined as the set comprising virtual hardware, GOS, guest operating systems, and associated applications. Not all hypervisors are alike. According to classification system, so there is an article. There are two types of hypervisor. Type 1 hypervisor replaces the operating system as the software component that directly controls the hardware. So it is called the bare metal hypervisor. On the other hand, the type 2 hypervisor runs over a pre-existing operating system. This is also referred to a hosted hypervisor and is expected to perform below the level of type 1 hypervisors. So VMware ESX was the first type 1 hypervisor. Okay, next, VMware ESX become a huge success, enabling virtual machines to replace physical servers as the new atomic units of data centers. With the intention to ease the control of these, VMware released the concept of server virtualization. So distinctive from a standalone virtualization technology which has a predefined benefit over its physical counterpart, a virtualization platform allows the development of features and advantages that were not originally in the initial conception. So as an example of virtual machine manager, vCenter Server is a software solution that can create and manage virtual machine running on physical servers with VMware ESXi hypervisors. So vCenter Server क्या है, एक virtual machine को manage करने का software solution है. So these devices, which are commonly called host, can be grouped into virtualization clusters to share the same policies and feature settings defined by vCenter. In order to carry out operations, server virtualization administrators use VMware Sphere Web Client to access VMware vCenter. This much is enough. Next we will see list. So these are the virtualization features, like they may ask you 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, so you can always write high availability. So virtual machines can be automatically restarted. Okay, next is the fault tolerance, providing continuous availability. How that is virtual machines problem, but they give it. They always create a secondary virtual machine so that if there is a failover situation, then in that case you still get the data. Then there is a maintenance mode. So if a host requires a disruptive operation, an administrator can activate this mode to automatically migrate virtual machine to other hosts in the cluster and prohibit any VM related operation on this host. Okay, next is your cloning is there. So you can create a copy of a virtual machine, and these are the options which are provided. Now virtualization in network technology. The use of the word virtualization is not restricted to computing technology. It is also there in the networks. So that is a real point. You want to see the virtualization in the SDN. So what is your virtual local area network? Local area network क्या है? Local area network is a computer network that interconnects hosts in a limited area such as building or campus. Because LAN connections are relatively short, these networks use distinct data transmission technologies from WAN. Means their technology is different from WAN. That's quite clear. Although many other technologies have been used since its inception in 1970, LAN क्या use कर रहा है? LAN uses Ethernet protocol to exchange data. Exchange किसके बीच में करेगा data? Between computers and the network devices. The most common devices on LAN are switch. सबने देखे हैं switches. It's okay. So switch क्या कर रहा है? Switch forwards the Ethernet frames based on their MAC address via hardware-based processes embedded into ASIC, ASICs. ASICs are there in the switches. So to learn which MAC addresses and all that is all there in the scene. So broadcast communication is also used in Ethernet lanes transporting IP packets. Whenever a switch interface VLAN receives a broadcast Ethernet frame, the device must forward this frame to all other ports. However, if an excessive number of hosts are connected, it may introduce communication problems to a broadcast storm. With the objective of preventing every LAN from being a single shared broadcast domain, the computer scientists created a virtual LAN. A virtual LAN is administrator configured broadcast domain that exists in a single Ethernet switch or is shared among connected switches. Okay, so the next thing is each VLAN emulates independent Ethernet switches not sharing broadcast frames. Then we have the VLAN topology. So here we are given the access ports in VLAN 1000, 1001 and 2001. These are used to connect servers to each of the shown switches. Trunks are used to connect switches and other compatible devices such as routers. So this is how virtual switches are used. Then there is a virtual router redundancy protocol. So this we are going to study in the next lecture, virtual router redundancy protocol.